Good morning. How's everybody today? Hope you're all doing well. You know, I say this a lot. I want to thank you for the subscribers. I don't even want to call subscribers, I want to call friends. You know, over the last few days I've talked about different topics and I get people coming at different times. You know, everybody's busy, and they leave comments about different videos at different times. And you know, most people have something to say, but I just really grateful for the few that really put themselves out there and have some crazy amazing comments. Ask questions. What do you think? You know, leave comment. You get the comment, you know, I'll say, oh, blue's brilliant, and then somebody will say blue's not brilliant, red is, and I think, oh, okay. But I'm talking about really in-depth comments, asking questions or giving me their opinion. When I ask opinions, they give me opinion, and I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate your comments. It's like interacting, you know. If I was just, it makes me feel like there's somebody there, not just talking into a void. If I was doing that, I would stop. You know, I want to interact. I don't just want to just talk into the air. So thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate that. I got a couple of things I'd like to share with you today. One is about growing. I know Charles in Florida gets stressed out, so I'm sorry. I know your temperatures aren't consistent and they don't come up and stay up so that your tropical plants can grow. And you know, as a guy who grows things here in Thailand, sometimes I get a little bit stressed. Like yesterday, I was sitting in the house watching the wind, you know, the cold front for a rainstorm, and it's blowing and blowing and blowing, and I'm thinking something's going to break, and guess what happened? Something broke. I had this big fern in a pot sitting on top of that pot, and you can see the wind blew it off and smashed the pot. So now I got it propped up between two big pots to keep the roots at the bottom. Luckily the roots were in a basket, and they're still in a basket, so it looks like it's going to be okay. I just have to get a new pot for it. Just keep it watered and then get a new pot. But I understand the frustrations of trying to have a garden and everything keeps trying to wreck it. So for my gardening friends, I feel your pain. You think, because you know, remember it was in the tree, but I took it down. Well, it wouldn't stay up because it was just too heavy, and then I had to wrestle with it to get it into that pot. And I'm thinking, that thing is so big and heavy, nobody's going to move that. And the wind pushed it right off. I'm out here at the picnic table, so I hope it's not too windy. The wind's blowing a little bit. The sun went in, so I'm thinking, I think it's going to rain today, but the sun come back out, so who knows. I hope I'm in frame because I can't see it very well because it's a little bit bright here and it's windy, so I hope you can see me and I hope you can hear me without wind interference. Remember the other day I told you I got that mango off the raw mango tree out the back? At the beginning of the year I had fruits all over it, and then like 4 or 5 looked like they were starting to develop, and then actually in the end 1 made it. And okay, here's a fisherman story, or should I say gardener story, and this is true, right? I took that mango off and brought it in the house, leave it for a couple days to ripen up, and this morning I ate it. That mango was the best mango I tasted in my life. Straight up. It was both sweet and sour. You tasted it in your mouth, it was like the sugar went, oh, and then it turned straight away to sour, and it go, oh, and I mean, you literally had to stop chewing, it was that sour. But then After that went, the mango taste come. So I eat one piece. Normally you can eat one piece and another piece and another piece. I was eating it. I had one piece, and you had to go through those sensations and experience it and then wait. So it's like a minute to eat each piece. Never had that before, and I would say, damn, that was nice. Amazing. You remember that one I got the other day, didn't you? Whew. Lovely. I had to wait a little bit because the wind kept kicked up and it's calmed down a little bit now. I got a topic I want to share with you. It's about a guy called Bruce Lipton. You've heard me talk about him before. He was a professor of cellular biology, and he used to teach medical doctors about different cells, the information, how they get in, how information gets in, how nutrition gets in, etc., etc. So, oh, I have a visitor. Huh? Where you been? You been sleeping again? So, he made a video recently about who we are, etc. You heard me say before, I am a person who lives inside this earth suit, and he said the same thing. And you know, did he get that from? Sorry for wiggling. I'm trying to keep the wind off the mic. So, did he say that information because of science, or did he say that information because of something he learned? Where did I get the information from? I'm not a professor at a university, but I'm going to leave a link in the description. Sorry for wiggling this camera around. I'm going to leave a link in the description of a video he created, and I would be grateful if you could watch it. Not to give him numbers or anything like that, but just the information is amazing. And I'll talk about this, a little tiny topic. A young girl passed away, so their parents decided to give her heart up to a donor, and this other little girl needed a heart, so she got that heart of the little girl who passed. Okay. Once she came around, soon after, she started having these nightmares about being murdered in the night. And they got so strong, she went to a doctor, and the doctor got worried and then decided to contact the police to find out, you know, what was the reason the young girl who gave the heart died. And it turned out she was murdered. And the little girl who had the new heart, her dreams were so vivid. When the police interviewed her, she told a story of what the person looked like, which was enough information to find the guy and prove that it was him and arrest him for murdering the other little girl. So where did that information come? Bruce Lipton, being a cellular biologist, the main thing says the cells have the information. He said no, the cells don't know the information because they're just a cell. They do cellular things. The information is held in a protein, and the protein is actually has antennas, and it communicates. And it communicates information to outside. So now they have information. They have machines. I forget the name of them. He talks about them in the video. Where they used to put sensors on your brain. I think it's ECG or something, EEG or something like that. Where the information, they could measure your brain electrical activity. It's like, you know, if you have a electrical wire with electricity passing through it, then you can measure that electricity, and that's what they're doing. When the nerves have information running through them, they can measure that. Now they have things that are so sensitive they can measure brain activity without even touching your brain, so touching your body. So that means the information in your mind is coming on the outside of your body. And he's saying that, like I said before, we live in this body, but when we leave, we go somewhere else. Profound. Stuff like this flicks my switch royally. I love it. So I would ask, please, if you could watch that video and come back and let me, and if you have a different twist, I would love to hear it. And sorry for wiggling. I'm trying to keep the wind off the mic. Okay guys, I think time to sign off and say good night. I hope you enjoyed today. I mean every word about thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you watch that video and let me know what you think. Fascinating. And I have another one, another video I'll try to find and leave that in there, so if you find two, they're both very interesting. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best. Good night.